Alright, I'm gonna make a video because I have a problem on my heater. It only blows from the passenger side. I get nothing but cold air on the driver's side. The first thing you want to do is take your truck in and have your AC discharged. It's a necessity because you have to take it out. What you're gonna want to do is disconnect the battery because you're gonna have to disconnect your airbag. Alright, I just took my seats out. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start pulling off my dash. It's pretty simple. If you've watched videos on this at all, you should see it's not too hard. First I'm gonna pull this out, my glove box, and then I'm gonna take these screws out here. This piece right here just has one screw and it pops off. It's pretty much once you get it going, you can pretty much figure out, how to take it off. If you're attempting to get at your heater box, I'm assuming you have pretty much common sense to take the dash off. This piece here is just gonna pop up and you'll see some screws along there. I'll show you that here in a minute. Let me go ahead and get started on that. I went ahead and pulled out this screw here. Like I said, once you pull this one out, this just pops out. That's it. Once you get that popped out, you're gonna disconnect things back there. I'll show you in a minute. As far as your dash up here, like I said, just be careful. That's it. It's just gonna pop off. You just make your way all the way down till it pops off. And also here, you're gonna need to pop this lid off. That's it. You're gonna have to get access to these screws here. You're gonna have to pull off this panel here. Let me go ahead and get this dash disassembled. I took off my instrument panel from my AC controls and radio. These are only 3 connections that you should have there. In order to take this cup holder off, you have 2 screws here on the bottom, and then you pull this flap down and you have 2 screws in there. You take those 2 out and that comes right out. Once you pull that off, you're gonna have some screws here that you got to take off. Here, 3 screws there, and also here you're gonna have 2 screws here that you got to pull off. And of course I took this panel off here already. You're gonna have a couple of screws here, and don't forget these screws here. You have one there, so it's kind of tricky when you start tugging on the dash and you find screws here and there that are holding it in. So once I get that out, you'll see that I'm gonna have to get to these screws here. Okay, I just got those screws out, and once I took those screws out that I pointed out, it pretty much fell. The only thing you should have disconnect here is your lighter. So once you get that, get it out of the way. And this right here, that's your main component. That's for your airbag. You're gonna want to make sure you disconnect that. I mean, even though your battery's disconnected, better safe than sorry. Alright, I got that disconnected. What we're gonna need to do now, really we're not that far off. We're gonna have to take off these 2 screws here. We're gonna have to take off these 2 screws I pointed earlier, and these screws here. You can see them where they're bolted onto the frame inside. Don't worry about these, just those there. And also, we're gonna have to loosen the steering wheel, the steering column. You'll see here these 2 bolts here. There's one up there, and there's another up there. We're not gonna disconnect anything. The only thing it's gonna do is allow the steering wheel to drop down. It seems like a lot of work, but it really isn't. Okay. Remember I was telling you need to drop the steering column? Alright, I pointed at these 2 here. which are these. And then you have one more. That one right there. Alright, once we got those, I'm gonna take this one off. And this one right there. Alright. See here.
997K BCY to the diamond. That is Keith Urban. You're gonna fly. I love it.
And then this here
And they also
need to
will
go
open
up.
back, stay open a little bit later on Friday and Saturday night. So that's a cool thing. My winner today, Mark Lawrence, is my winner. Mark, you've got 2 weeks to
See
come
that?
in and get your gift certificate. Mark Lawrence of
Alright. Took these 2 screws off here. And another one here. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. And then it's just ready to come off. Okay. Now, I already got it all unbolted. I just need to pull it off. Now how this is gonna go, I'm gonna pull this side out. Okay. Need to disconnect this. This. Disconnect this. Alright, I pretty much got it all out. This side, you don't have to worry about any of that. I mean, you don't want to have to go through the trouble of disconnecting and reconnecting all that. I just disconnected a couple of them here. That's it. And this here, I'll show you that here in a little bit. That pretty much that's it. I mean, it's a whole lot easier if you have someone helping you. Like I said, the dash is just pretty much there suspended on its own. And here's the box we're needing right here. So we'll just take that off, But first thing we're gonna have to do is take off the air conditioner hoses and the heater core hoses. Alright, that was a lot of work. Before we can continue on the inside, we gotta disconnect these AC lines here. Alright. Now, I just loosened a couple of screws here. You don't need to take them out, you just need it to wiggle. Now we're gonna end up taking these off here. Alright. Now these clips. Just like that. Alright. These go right here. Now we're gonna have to pull these lines off here. And the way you do that, you gotta get yourself some of these. Don't get the plastic ones because the plastic ones break. Alright, I got the heater box taken apart. As you can see, this is where the heater core goes, and there's a top, and there's a fan blower. Now, according to the internet, they say that the dual zone flaps are what's defective. So what I figured out is that unless your truck is equipped with dual zone, there's no way. See? Because these flaps, if it was dual zone, they would work on separate actuators, whereas these run on one actuator. So you see, both flaps are on one axis. So being that your heater core lays here, when you run your AC, this closes and this closes, which allows the cold air to blow underneath and over it. Alright. And what I want to show you is this here. These are your outlets that go up to your vents. This here is for your passenger side. This is for your driver's side. So as you see, they both close at the same time. So like I said again, unless your truck is equipped with dual zone, there is no way. Unless these flaps are broken, you would have either hot or cold all the time, one or the other.